celebrate two things. New Year Eve, the new Coptic year. And we remember, because our calendar is started when one of the most severe persecution of Christians erupted, when Diocletian ascended to be the Roman emperor. So this is when our calendar started. So we have two things: remembering the martyrs and the new year. And it's nice to think of those two people who and witness to God. So, and by the readings, I think the best reading of the martyrs, the reading of the literature about the new today has been fulfilled. Jesus will say, will read from the passage where he went to the temple, opened the Old Testament, and the Spirit of the Lord was upon me to give hope to the people who are captive, to give a new life, and to preach the accepted year of God. So so the readings of the liturgy are focused on the new life we are granted in Christ, which was fulfilled by His coming. And I know you came just to take a pastor, so I'm gonna just give you a quick quotation. Very interesting. While we are talking about those two things, the new year and the witness of the martyrs, I came across this passage. Actually, this is very early, from early 2nd century. It's a document. We don't know exactly how it was addressed, but we know that it's called a letter to Diognetus. But we know that it's very early because Christianity wasn't mentioned by name. There wasn't a religion called Christianity. It was addressing this letter maybe to make a defense of the new group, the Christians. And the following. But he said the new group. Christians are not different from the rest of nationality, speech, or customs. Christians are like in states, use a special language or adopt a clear way of life. I don't know if I can. Let me try. Maybe you can follow, it would be better. Let me record. It doesn't matter. I'll read it for you. So hopefully you can focus. Anyway, so Christians are not different from the rest of men in nationality, speech, or customs. They do not live in states of their own, nor do they use a special language, nor adopt a peculiar way of life. Their teaching is not the kind of thing that could be discovered by the wisdom or reflection of mere active-minded men. So it is not something that indeed, they are not outstanding in human learning as others are. They are not people who are the elites of the society. They are not people who are the most intelligent. They didn't graduate from Athens or by our terms, they didn't graduate from Harvard or MIT or whatever. Whether fortune has given them a home in a Greek or foreign city, they follow local custom in the matter of dress, food, and way of life. So wherever they live, they follow the rules. Because Christians in that early age were accused of being atheist, surprisingly, because they were worshiping one God. They were considered disrupting the peace of the empire because they refused to worship the emperor as God. They refused to worship the gods of the Roman Empire. So he's saying they are people who are living among all the others. They are peaceful people. They are not special in the outer appearance. Yet here is a difference. He's going to start to talk about the difference. I think this is what is relevant to the occasion. Yet the character of the culture they reveal is marvelous. When he says the culture, the way of their life, the holiness of their life. So yet the character of the culture they reveal is marvelous, and it must be admitted unusual. Christians are unusual. Yes, they appear like everybody else. However, their way of life as Christians is unusual, at least to the other people. They live each in his native land, but as though they were not really at home there. So they live on earth, but they don't feel they are at home. Earth is not their home. They share in all duties like citizens and suffer all hardships like strangers. So they live and they abide to the rules. They are citizens. However, they live on earth and they suffer because of their faith as strangers. The people would treat them badly because of their faith. Every foreign land is for them a fatherland, and every fatherland a foreign land. Very nice. Every land for them is their fatherland. Wherever they are, they feel they are at home. And every land they own, they consider it a foreign land. Because where is their land? In heaven. Their land is in heaven. Every foreign land is for them a fatherland, and every fatherland a foreign land. They marry like the rest of men and beget children, but they don't abandon the babies that are born. And here he is alluding to something that was common in the Roman Empire. In the Roman Empire, surprisingly, if someone had a baby and they don't need it for any reason, whether because they cannot afford to take care of that baby, or because he is or she is an illegitimate son or daughter, or because they have any infirmity, for any reason, they can expose it. What do you mean by expose it? What do you do when you have a piece of furniture you don't need? What do you do? Put it on the curb, right? They were doing that. So, and you are not committing a crime. If you have a baby and you don't need it, expose him or her. You can leave him outside. They can die. If they are lucky, someone would take them and raise them, and I'm sorry for what I'm going to say, and they might be raised as slaves or as prostitutes. Sorry to say that. But that's how they can be dealt with. So they can be taken and raised whether as slaves or they are used for prostitution. And by the way, Justin Martyr talked about that as well. So he is saying Christians don't do that. They appreciate life. I think this is a good reminder of abortion, right? The people who are aborting kids, aborting their babies, I think they are doing something similar to that. And we are saying we are very civilized now. But now we are promoting the idea of abortion. I think we are going back to where the Roman Empire had heinous practices. Anyway, so they marry like the rest of men and beget children, but they do not abandon the babies that are born. They share a common board, but not a common bed. In another translation, they share a common table. So they eat together, but they don't commit adultery. They share a common table, but they don't share a common bed. He's saying they are very sanctified. They live a holy life. They don't commit adultery. They eat together, because Christians at that time were accused that they gather at night and they have the holy kiss, so they commit adultery with each other, and they eat the body and blood, so they were accused of cannibalism. They were accused of eating the flesh of humans because of that. Rumors like we were hearing in Egypt, right? In Egypt, we used to hear that, saying in the New Year Eve, the Christians would gather at churches, they dim the light, and they commit sexual practice or immoralities. So they share a common table, but not a common bed. In the flesh, as they are, they don't live according to the flesh. Yes, they are in the flesh, but they don't live according to the flesh. They dwell on earth, but they are citizens of heaven. They obey the laws that men make, but their lives are better than the laws. So they abide to the laws of the land, but their life are abiding to higher laws than the laws of the land. They love all men, but are persecuted by all. I think that's a good reminder of the martyrs. So they love all men, but they are persecuted by all. They are unknown, and yet they are condemned. They are put to death, yet are more alive than ever. Yes, they die because of persecution, but they are alive. Death doesn't defeat them. They are paupers. Paupers mean poor. They are poor. They are paupers, but they make many rich. I'm sorry for the language is a tough language. So they are paupers. Paupers mean poor, but they make many rich. So even they are poor, they share Christ with others, and they make others rich by the wealth of Christ they have. They lack all things, and yet in all things they abound. They lack a lot of things. They are poor, but they have a lot of things to share. They are dishonored, yet glory in their dishonor. Yes, they are despised by the state, by their neighbors, but they are glorified by their God. They are maligned, considered malign, considered malignant, considered harmful, but they are yet vindicated. They are very harmless. They are peaceful. They are reviled, and yet they bless. People would swear at them, but they bless in return. They suffer insult, yet they pay respect. They do good, yet are punished with the wicked. When they are punished, they rejoice. These are the martyrs. When they are punished, they rejoice, as though they were getting more of life. So people are killing them, but they are rejoicing because they are feeling they are going to have a better life than the life the people are taking from them. They are attacked by the Jews and as Gentiles and are persecuted by the Greeks, yet those who hate them can give no reason for their hatred. I think it's a nice reminder who we are as Christians. Those are the Christians, we share the same name with them. They died for Christ, and I think we should be witnesses in any way we can. But it's a nice reminder for us to be witnesses for God. As the martyrs, they had a new life with a new year, and glory be to God forever.